I don't know if you guys been watching the news lately on TikTok, but TikTok might get banned. How do you guys feel? Are you guys on it? You guys
I love TikTok.
utilize the sources, the news, the data?
I don't really go on TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to, but I don't know. I just don't find any value going on TikTok, to be honest.
Your algorithm's off, but
I know.
Nice.
What was on your algorithm?
I prefer YouTube Shorts over TikTok personally. Like, I feel like, I don't know, like you just see smarter things on YouTube Shorts. If I want to just like turn my brain off, I'll probably turn TikTok on.
TikTok actually was, I mean, the algorithm from Facebook and YouTube was taken from TikTok.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
the TikTok algorithm, whatever you spend time on, it starts to like learn what you like watching, and it only shows you those type of things. So if like usually when I first started, I was having girls dancing all over my show. I actually went to the restroom and watched it. Like it got deep, bro. I was like, fuck. When I'm like looking at like, well, why am I doing this right now? This is bad. And so until I figured out that you could actually say I'm not interested, and you can kind of customize your. Well, I learned so many things from TikTok where Facebook and Instagram, they have a really good algorithm where if you look at one thing, it's going to show you back to back to back to back. TikTok kind of shows you different things on top of the stuff that you're looking at. But I feel like TikTok's one of the best addictions I've ever had in a long time, since like MySpace, dog. Like,
Yeah.
I love it.
two things I kind of learned a lot from is YouTube University and TikTok. As soon as they came on, it's just little things that you just never knew that people are willing to kind of explain or go deep into certain things. But I like it. I personally like it. It helps us do our podcast because we get to talk about content that people are talking about right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my news sources for sure.
What about the other side of it? Do you guys think it could be also a bad thing since you're just so hooked on it?
That is
you're
true.
on
I'm
it
hooked
all day, and like you forget about everything else around you, because there is a lot of value, you know, for businesses, content creators, artists, people that really want to push their stuff out there. But on the other side, the dark side of social media, do you think it's also like a bad thing for kids, high school, teenagers, college students?
Oh yeah. Social media, I think social media in general, like Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. Because they're only showing girls. My feed is only girls with big old bodies, and it got like 500,000 likes. And I'm like, that's what's popping up. And someone throws like an art piece up, and then it gets like 10 likes, and they're like discouraged.
That's crazy.
But if wherever the girls go, guys are gonna follow, and it's just like one of those things where my Instagram is full of girls, and it sucks that it's like that. I try to delete them, but it's like a trap, bro. 'Cause if I'm chilling, I'm like looking, I'm like, dang, like I can't help it, right? I'm a guy, but yes, there's negative repercussions of that.
Yes.
But TikTok isn't really like a social media. It's more like a place where you share something. Like if you share insight on something and ideas, and the ideas, you'll get to see who likes it or not. And the more knowledge you share, I don't feel Instagram and TikTok, Instagram and Facebook are doing that. I feel like TikTok kind of started the information kind of, here's the information, this is what I know, and people share it type of thing.
Yeah. It's interesting that you guys are saying that it's addictive, because I think it's addictive by design. Because
it wants you to stay on it.
Well, it's short form content, you know, because people's attention spans are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, where it's like they recently, well, I don't know how recent, like it's been a while, but they keep expanding it a little bit. Like you can get mini videos now.
Yeah.
And before it's like, you know, like 15 seconds, and it's like a quick dopamine hit and on to the next one. Yeah. Quick dopamine hit, on to the next one, you know?
Yeah. Hey, but okay, like talking about TikTok, like what do you guys think about them trying to ban it? It's election year, it's crazy out there. All of a sudden, they're just trying to get rid of it.
I mean, they recently passed the bill for it to ban it, but they needed to put it in law. And the only people that are actually fighting it is in the U.S. Everybody else, you can do it. So if you really wanted to continue, even if they do it, not advice, but get a VPN. Put your VPN like you're in Mexico, and then continue to do what you want to do.
I heard that even if you have it, like if they find it on your phone with the VPN, you're going to jail. You're going to jail, dog. Man. So that's a great idea. They want China to sell it. China's not going to sell it.
Oh yeah.
What were we talking about before? Well, the reason why it's such a threat is because there's so much information that people are talking to each other on there. And I felt like Instagram and Facebook and lots of social medias, they don't show those things. They'll show you a hot rod, they'll show you a hot girl, but they're not showing you the discussions that people are actually really having on TikTok, that what's going on in the world, why the government's doing that.
Yeah.
People are going and struggling. If you go on your my feed, you get to see like things that you don't see on normal social media, and that's the problem. The storylines are not matching. The government is having a big issue with the whole Israel and them being a part of the Illuminati and all these like politicians making money that it's like they're double dipping. The government's fucking over people. People are struggling. It's like real people. And the only reason we're seeing that is because it's not controlled by America. America is not saying, we're not talking about that right now. Pay attention to these girls rather than the real information. That TikTok is not controlled by America, and that's the problem. They don't have control over it. It's what they're trying to do is gain control over it, or get out of here.
And then kind of to add a little bit to like the negative part of it is like I seen that Gen Z, the kids that as little as 5 to 10, doing it for 5 years, dude, they're starting to go blind. So now they're having an issue. If they continue, they're literally going to go blind. So we're going to have a generation of just blind leading the blind at that point.
I mean, you're stuck on the phone all day, dude.
The
Like,
screen time.
it's
And we
crazy.
never had that in our generation because how old were you when you got your first phone? I remember I was in the 7th grade.
Well, even the phones that we got, I was a freshman in high school, but it's nothing like we have right now. Like during high school, we were still out there. I mean, I used to skate,
flip
I used to go
phone.
hang out on the street all day.
Yeah.
But now you have all these kids stuck on their phone. They're glued on the phone.
That's just
So
bomb, bro.
I'm not I'm not surprised that they're going blind.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah, but then they're gonna put stuff on our face, so it's like it's not even true. I think it's just like something that people are just saying, bro. Like, what's the next things? The fucking
Vision
metaverse.
Pros.
That shit's right on your face. So why
Yeah.
aren't people going blind? Well, you know what I mean. It just seems like people are just saying things just to say it at this point, and whether it's real or not, I don't feel like.
Hey, but all right, when you first tried the Oculus, did you get like dizzy? It's like that
Yeah, that
screen
shit was
right in your eyes. Like, dude, it does mess with you. So
It's pretty realistic.
imagine,
pretty
oh,
realistic.
it's
I've tried
so I
it.
don't know.
crazy.
Yeah.
I did a rock climbing one, and like you fall off, and I literally thought I was falling off. It's crazy.
That view when like you're on the rocks and it gives you that whole view of the ocean, it's pretty
Oh, my
realistic. It's
goodness.
realistic.
Yeah, you feel the breeze. You're like, oh shit.
You never tried it before?
I haven't tried it yet, man.
Dude, Fabian showed me at one time. He's like, box this dude. I'm all fucking sweating, trying to beat this AI bot, bro. It was giving me a fight too. I was like, dude, I bought it the next day. I was like, this shit is the greatest thing I've ever had in my life. But I don't really use it that much.
If we can circle back to the TikTok thing,
Yeah.
why do you think there's such an urgency like in getting it banned so quick?
The information.
Yeah, it's broad information. It's real information because majority of the time it's from creators like us. Like it's just
Mhm.
this is what I know, and then it's like it's giving you the seed to. Hey,
But
go do
why
your
this
own
year
research.
though?
I mean, we do have elections at the end of the year, so it's like they don't want, and like they said, if they can't control it, they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like I think it goes deeper because whoever negotiates it, I mean, I don't know if you guys heard, Trump pretty much is against the ban of TikTok right
Yeah.
now.
And then
Right now.
Well,
homie from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, he's thinking about purchasing TikTok. So if he were to do that, he'd be able to keep it, but
well,
then it'd be
trip out on
controlled.
this. I also heard earlier today that Rumble is trying to come and buy TikTok, and Rumble is all
Wow.
about free,
Yeah.
they're all about free speech. They're all about uncensoring. So what difference would it make if they do buy it and it keeps operating the same? You know,
It's
I also think there's a lot in bills that people don't really read on what's really there. Like I also saw something earlier about this gives a government power to go out and shut down anything they want. So is that really the reason that they're doing? They want to
100%.
censor what's really going on.
Yep,
And
that's what it is.
TikTok, I mean, look at Meta, look at Instagram, Facebook. Like they only let you see certain things from one side.
Yeah.
So you know, is TikTok a threat to elections? What
It
we're
is.
talking about?
It is.
So
Yeah.
Facebook was a threat, right? They found out that Russian hacker teams fucking got together and they were actually trying to they were actually using meme pages to kind of like, what's that word, like influence people,
yeah.
you know, and they were hacking it and they were using meme pages, bro, like that. It's funny, it goes funny, and then it says, oh, we don't like Trump. Us Latinos don't like Trump. And that's already like a
Exactly. And bots, dude. Like, I mean,
Yup.
look at the
Yeah.
Twitter
Yup.
files.
Yup.
Look everything that came out. Look how much you know, the left was like infiltrating these social media platforms to only show their side or to make it seem like off a meme or bots that, oh no, Trump, nobody likes him. But, you know, everything they were doing, it was heavy on censorship. So it's crazy how it's manipulated and,
It's
you know, how it's evolved over time.
Bro.
Yeah.
It's all narrative. It's what they want you to focus on, because there's a lot of stuff going around the world that, hey, let's keep them just on this narrative. So it is what it is.
But it's also a trip. TikTok, look at it out there in China. They're only showing kids
educational stuff.
Educational stuff, you know, how to solve a Rubik's Cube, how to solve a math problem. And right here, it's all, you know,
turning kids blind.
Like it's crazy, man. There's just a lot out there that's just like not talked about and not open to people unless you really go out and do your research.
Yeah. But I think that comes down to the parents, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like we could easily blame it on social media, but I just think there's a lot of fucked up parents out there, you know?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Dude.
I feel like the upbringing nowadays, it's not the same as before, you know?
It ain't, dude.
And it's like certain things, like it could get a little controversial where you're saying that, you know, the rise in single moms are just like skyrocketed, you know?
Yeah.
And
now
nuclear families aren't around as much anymore, you know?
Yeah, times are changing. I think social media had a lot to do with that too. Like just the access to anybody, like in fucking high school. Like right, you're literally a text away. When you would run into them maybe back 10 years ago, you're running into them. How are you, man? Like that's over with. Now I know exactly what you're doing. I know that you went on a trip last week. Like that, all on their phone, bro.
The Snapchat, they follow your avatar down the street. Like literally, it's like people can just track it 24/7.
Like there is a lot of good to social media, but there's also a lot of bad, and that's the balance, I guess you got.
What's the good?
I mean, for businesses, people trying to come up,
influencers. That's how they're able to explode their music, their content, artistry.
It's commercials. It's commercial, but for the normal people now, like they got access to it instead of just big networks. Like on TV, they were the only ones doing commercials, like, you know, or radio commercials.
Yeah, 100%. Are you a TikTok influencer? How do you feel? Comment down below. We'll be right back artificially.